Hey all, hope everybody are doing fine, and we are with class 11 chemistry series. I started with the structure of atom chapter. Already a few videos are over. I covered till wave nature of electromagnetic radiation and its numericals. If you want to watch those concepts, video links are provided in the description. You can just go and check it out. And coming to today's topic, one of the most important topic, that is particle nature of electromagnetic radiation. See, electromagnetic radiation has dual nature. That means it has two nature. It has wave nature as well as particle nature. Okay. See, normally, I mean, in my last class, I told you how electromagnetic radiations are produced and how they travel in the atmosphere, right? Okay. So, whenever they propagate, they do so in a wave form. I mean, when they travel in atmosphere, they always travel in the form of a wave. But when these radiation interact with matter, okay, say when they when they are absorbed by some matter, or when these radiations are emitted by some object. See, matter in the sense some object. Okay, so it can be any object is made up of atoms and molecules, right? So when this radiation comes in contact with atoms and molecules, absorption of radiation or emission of radiation takes place, and that absorption and emission takes place in the form of particles. Okay, so whenever we heat some object, it may emit electromagnetic radiation. So electromagnetic radiation is emitted in the form of particles. Okay, but the same radiation, when it is traveling in the atmosphere, it will travel like a wave. But when some object is emitting a radiation, or when some object is absorbing a radiation, it will happen in the form of particles. Okay, so this is really very important. So now we are discussing everything about particle nature of electromagnetic radiation. Okay, fine. See, first point what I would like to write is, whenever electromagnetic radiation interacts with molecules, this is really very important. See, every time it doesn't behave like a particle, right? So whenever electromagnetic radiation interacts with matter, right? So we all know matter is made up of atoms and molecules. That means when these radiation interacts with atoms and molecule, emission of radiation or absorption of radiation takes place. Okay, radiation takes place in the form of particles. So this is really a very important sentence. Okay, so takes place in the form of particles, right? For example, imagine this is an object. Okay, so you are heating an object. So you are providing heat to this particular object. So definitely it will emit certain radiations. Okay, it will emit certain radiations. Whenever this object is emitting a radiation, it will emit like a particles like this. Okay, so it will emit in the form of a particles. Clear? So and the emission of radiation in the form of particles is in discontinuous matter. It will not emit like a continuous particles. You see, I have a gap between the particles, right? So the particles emission or absorption is always in a discontinuous manner. Clear? So this is how absorption of radiation or emission of radiation from a particular object always happens in the form of particles. Okay, so what I can write, the second point is, so this is the first point, and now the second point, emission or absorption takes place in a discontinuous manner. Emission Emission of radiation, emission or absorption, absorption of radiation takes place in discontinuous manner. Takes place in, this is really very important word, discontinuous manner, right? Say, for example, when the same electromagnetic wave is traveling in the form of a wave, there is no breakage in the wave, right? Continuously it would go in the form of a wave. So a wave is always a continuous thing, right? It propagates in a continuous manner. There is no break, right, in a wave. Whereas when something is going in the form of a particles, you will have a gaps in between. Particles will not go in a continuous uniform manner. Okay, so there is a discontinuity in the motion of particles. Okay, so that's why I have written here, emission or absorption of radiation takes place in discontinuous manner. Okay, in discontinuous manner. So this is another important sentence. And coming to the third point, each particle is a packet of energy. Each particle is a packet of energy. Okay, so here each particle is a packet of energy. Okay, so this packet of energy is called with the name quantum. Each particle is a packet of energy. Okay, it will have some amount of energy. Okay, it's a bunch of energy. So each particle will have some energy. Okay, so that packet of energy is called as quantum. Okay, so how much energy they will have? See, energy of each quantum, right, can be equal to E equal to h nu. Okay, so energy of each quantum can be calculated with this particular formula, right? E is equal to h nu, whereas we all know this nu is nothing but frequency. Nu is nothing but frequency, and this h is called as a Planck's constant. It is called Planck's constant. Okay, and its value is 6.6 into 10 power minus 34 joules second. Okay, so this is the value of Planck's constant, one must remember, right? So again, I'll talk detailed things about this equation later. Just try to understand this much now. So it's always any radiation, when it is emitted by object or absorbed by an object, it will always happen in the form of particles. Okay, and the particles move in a discontinuous manner. Okay, not in a continuous way just like a wave. Okay, so they move in a discontinuous manner, and each particle has certain amount of energy. So each particle, I can call it as a packet of energy. Okay, so that packet of energy is called with the name quantum. Okay, so in case of visible light, you know what, you can note it down, one more point here. In case of visible light, we call it as photon. We call the quantum with the name photon. Okay, so quantum means one packet of energy, right? So if it is a visible radiation, okay, if it is any radiation that belongs to Vibgayar region, then we call each particle as photon. Okay, fine. And the energy of each quantum or photon is always equal to h nu. Okay, whereas nu is frequency and h is a Planck's constant, you need to remember this value, right? So this much is very, very clear for us, right? Okay, and then one more important point I'm going to write here. Energy is quantized here. Whatever the radiation emitted or absorbed, right, by a particle, that radiation will have energy, it will emit in the form of particles. Particles will have energy, right? So energy of radiation is quantized. So a new word here, which is really very very important to understand. Okay, its meaning is very important. What we say is energy of radiation is quantized. Quantized in the sense only certain values of energy is allowed. Only certain values of energy is allowed. Okay, so what do you mean by only certain values of energy is allowed? I mean, radiation is emitted in a certain values of energy, right? Okay, so before we go to its meaning, let me give you one example. See, we can nicely say that money is quantized. Okay, say I can use one word here, money is quantized. So what do you mean by money is quantized? Say, when we have to use the money, we can have 5 rupees note, we can have 10 rupees note. 5 rupees note is available, 10 rupees note is available, 20 rupees note is available, 50 rupees note is available, 100 rupee note is available, 1000 rupee note is available, then 2000 rupee note is available, right? Say, if I want to have a 7 rupee note, not possible. If I want to see 150 rupees note, not possible. If I want to see 70 rupees note, not possible. Only these values of notes are possible. Okay, so in case of money, these notes are allowed, these notes are possible. See, only certain values of notes are allowed, right? If I want to have exactly a 7 rupee note, it's not at all possible, right? Say, just like this. So that's why I say here money is quantized. So what do you mean by quantized? Only certain values are allowed, only certain values are allowed. Okay, so that means we can, in case of money, we can see only the notes of these values. Okay, other values notes are not possible. I mean, 7 rupee note not possible, 8 rupee note not possible, 9 rupee note not possible, right? So only few values are allowed. That's what we mean by quantized. Okay, only certain values are allowed. Okay, so that is the meaning of the word quantized. So I would say here money is quantized. Just like that, energy of emitted radiation or absorbed radiation is always quantized. Okay, say for example, see, a body has emitted a radiation. Okay, it had a particles, and each particle was having a energy, and its value is equal to h nu. Okay, then again some amount of radiation is emitted, and the energy of these particles will be equal to 2h nu. The energy of these particles will be equal to 3h nu. Okay, you will not see a particles having an energy of 1.5 h nu. Okay, you will not see a particles having an energy equal to 2.5 h nu. Okay, see, h nu is possible, 2h nu is possible, 3h nu is possible, 4h nu is possible, right? So energy values can be integral multiple of h nu. Okay, so only those values are allowed where the energy value has to be integral multiple of h nu. Okay, so energy values should be integral multiple of h nu. Okay, so only these energies are emitted or absorbed. Okay, so they emit in the form of a particle, but if a particle has an energy equal to h nu, then the next emitted particles or radiation will have an energy equal to 2h nu. Okay, or the next emitted particles energy have to be equal to 3h nu. That's how the energy is emitted. Okay, so only certain values are allowed for energy. Only certain values are allowed for energy. Say you cannot have a particle's energy equal to 1.5. You cannot have a particle's energy equal to 2.5. Okay, so only these values are allowed for the energy of radiation. Okay, so that is what we mean by energy is quantized. Energy is quantized. Actually, this is what the in-depth meaning to say that the radiation is not emitted in a continuous way, but it is emitted in a discontinuous way. Because it is emitted in a discontinuous way, only certain values of energy you can consider. Okay, so here energy values can be integral multiple of h nu. Okay, so we normally write it as E is equal to NH nu. Okay, so whereas N is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Okay, so this is our energy formula, energy of radiation formula. Okay, clear everyone? So these are the various points that you have to remember. All these are various points explained by a person called Planck in his theory called Planck's quantum theory. Planck's quantum theory. Okay, so all these points whichever I have written on a board now, all these are the different postulates or different points told in Planck's quantum theory. Okay, so Planck's quantum theory explains about the particle nature of electromagnetic radiation. Okay, so now we understood that how electromagnetic radiation is emitted in the form of particles, and each particle has an energy, and that energy is quantized. I mean, the emitted radiation can only show some values of energy. Just like the money we have, no, only few values of notes are allowed in the society, right? Say just like that, only few values of energy of radiation is allowed. Okay, so that's what we mean by energy is quantized. Okay, so this is entire thing about the particle nature of electromagnetic radiation, and this particle nature can be best explained or proved by two experiments. They are black body radiation as well as photoelectric effect. So now we will discuss something about black body radiation and how it can act as a proof for telling electromagnetic radiation has particle nature. See guys, just like a wave nature was proved by diffraction and interference, isn't it? Like that, particle nature is also proved by these two phenomenon, these two process. Okay, now let us discuss about black body radiation. So let's try to understand what exactly we mean by black body radiation, what happens, and how it can act as a proof for proving particle nature of electromagnetic radiation. I mean, I said no, when a body emits, when an object emits radiation, it will happen in the form of particles. How can it be possible? How it is proved, right? So that's what we will discuss. See, here we have something called black body. So what do you mean by black body here? So black body is some ideal body. That means it's a perfect body. Here body in the sense some object. Okay, so some black object. Body is nothing but object. Say any body, if it can emit or absorb all kinds of radiation, okay, then such a body is called as black body. Okay, so what is a black body? First I'll write the definition. A body or object that can absorb or emit all radiations is called black body. Okay, now what is black body radiation? Black body radiation means a radiation emitted by black body. Black body is called black body radiation. Okay, So that's what we mean by black body radiation. So whichever the radiation emitted by black body, such a radiation is called black body radiation. Fine. And now let us just do an experiment here. So imagine you have a black body. Okay, so you have a black body, right? Okay, and now when I start heating this black body, say imagine iron rod. Iron is one important example for black body because it can emit varieties of radiations on heating. Okay, different colored radiation it will emit on heating. Okay, so here we are just heating this black body. Okay, let me take it this black body as iron. So initially when you start heating, okay, when you just give little amount of heat, you know what, your iron will turns out to be dull red color, right? First your iron appears as dull red and continue heating, increase the amount of heating, increase the temperature. What happens? That dull red will become dark red, isn't it? And slowly, as you continue more and more heating, okay, as you increase more temperature, the same thing would become, orange next, right? And then you would observe white color, and on extensive heating, right, and you would finally observe blue color, right? So these are the various colors of radiation are emitted when iron rod is heated gradually. So initially when you supply less temperature, your iron rod will turn out in red color, and later it gets converted into dark red, then it looks in orange color, then you get white radiation emitting from that, and then finally you would observe the blue flame coming from that, right? So this is how different radiations are observed, okay, so from this particular iron object. And now, can you tell me what happened here when you go from dull red to blue? I mean, has the frequency increased or decreased? So definitely the frequency has increased, right? So here you can observe that there is an increase in frequency increased, and wavelength decreased, right? So as heating continued, as temperature increased, you will observe the radiations with higher frequency, and higher frequency in the sense less wavelength. See, when the heating was very little, when temperature is little, you observed red color radiation. Red color radiation has more lambda, right? So here they have more lambda, right? So as you continue heating, you see you had got a blue light. Say in Vib Gayar, see this section has less lambda and more frequency, right? And this section will have more lambda and less frequency, isn't it? So as you continued heating, as temperature increased, what you had observed is your frequency was increased and lambda of the radiations decreased, right? So now when you plot a graph of intensity versus lambda is plotted, okay, and you know what, here intensity is a measure of energy. Actually, so it will talk about the energy. Intensity means brightness. So the more brighter the light, the more energy it has. It's like that, okay? So intensity means measure of energy, okay? So now when you plot a graph of your intensity versus lambda, okay? So let me take the lambda value here, 200 nanometer, 400 nanometer, and then 600 nanometer, right? 800 nanometer, something like this. Okay, so when you plot a graph, what actually happened was at a particular temperature, okay, say your lambda value decreased, as the intensity increased. Okay, lambda decreases, intensity, brightness of emitted radiation will increase. Okay, so lambda value decreased. Okay, so this is at T1 temperature. And now when you increase the temperature to a higher level, then also the radiation with decreased lambda and increased intensity, and this is how it increases and then decreases. This is a T2 temperature, this is a T1 temperature. This is what the graph you will observe. Okay, so when you plot intensity versus lambda, so as lambda decreases, you know what, your lambda decreases, wavelength decreases for the radiation, at some time intensity increases and then decreases. Okay, so actually this graph, okay, has come like this. This tells that the energy is not emitted continuously. Okay, this graph actually proves that the energy, the radiations, whatever is emitting from black body, no, that is not happening continuously, it is happening discontinuously. Okay, say if the energy is moving in the form of a wave, it would go in the continuous way, right? So when the radiation is emitted continuously, what is the graph you would observe? Lambda intensity, you would just observe as the lambda decreases, frequency increases sharply. This is what the graph you would have observed when an energy has emitted continuously, when it is moving continuously in the form of a wave, then definitely this must be the graph you should observe. But you are not observing a graph something like this. You are observing a graph like this. First, it decreased. Okay, intensity increased and then decreased. Okay, so as lambda decreases, right, it means that the radiation whichever is emitting from a body, no, it is not emitting continuously, it is emitting in a discontinuous manner. Okay, only when particle nature, see, when radiation emits in the form of particles, only then it can have discontinuous manner. Okay, say actually if you think that the radiation is emitted in the waveform, then this must be the graph. This must be the graph you should get experimentally. But this is not the graph you got. This is how you got the graph. It increased and then decreased. That means the radiation emitted is not continuous. The radiation emitted is discontinuous. Okay, so this graph, say this experimental data, this graph proves, it actually proves that the radiation emitted in a discontinuous manner, okay, and the energy is quantized. You see, only few radiations with certain energies are emitted. Okay, so energy is quantized and the radiation is emitted in a particle way, that is in a discontinuous way. So both the points can be proved with the help of this graph. If it was emitted in a continuous way, that means in a wave form, then the graph must be something like this. Okay, so there is no increase and decrease, right? It should continuously uniformly move something like this. But you didn't get a graph like this, you got a graph like this. That means the radiation has emitted in a continuous way. Continuous way means definitely it has emitted in the form of particles, and those particles has energy, and only certain energies the radiations can have. That's what we call quantization. So both quantization point and discontinuous way of emission is proved by the experiments of black body radiation. Okay, so hope the concept is very much clear for you. So now this is all about the black body radiation and how it acted as a proof for telling that any radiation emits or absorbed can take place in the form of particles. Okay, and now next experiment, next phenomena that we have to study is photoelectric effect. Even this photoelectric effect proves particle nature of electromagnetic radiation. That photoelectric effect we will see it in the next class, and along with few numericals. So here, you know what, ultimately what we can say is, after observing black body radiation and photoelectric effect, and people started accepting that our radiation, when it is moving in the atmosphere, it will move like a wave. But when the radiation interacts with atoms and molecules, like when an object has to absorb radiation or when an object has to emit electromagnetic radiation, it will happen so in the form of particle. Okay, it will happen so in the form of particle. So this is what we call dual nature of electromagnetic radiation. Okay, and then actually this Planck is a person has combined both wave nature and particle nature, right? See, he gave a equation, E is equal to h nu. Okay, see, as energy increases, see, normally for a radiation with high frequency means it has more energy, right? So whenever a radiation with high frequency means what? I said it during electromagnetic spectrum. Whenever a radiation is said to be having high frequency, then it will have high energy. Okay, so that's why he gave a relation that he initially said that he is directly proportional to nu. Just to remove this proportionality sign, he introduced a constant, E is equal to h nu. Okay, so let us discuss some numericals about this formula in my next class. So guys, do watch my next session to experience very different problems that can be asked on a formula E is equal to h nu, and we will also learn what are the different ways we can alter or change this particular formula. So that's all about today's class. Meet you all in the next class with the numericals. Thank you so much.